Hello, little dreamers. I'm Cubiki, your magical storyteller fox. Every night brings a new adventure, a new lesson, and a new spark for your imagination. In our stories, bravery shines in the smallest hearts, kindness glows brighter than any treasure, and every challenge becomes a chance to grow. So find a cozy spot, take a deep breath, and let your imagination flutter like a gentle breeze, because tonight, a wonderful tale is waiting just for you. In a peaceful kingdom filled with soft breezes and warm sunsets, there lived a kind young prince who dreamed of finding a real princess. Not just any princess, but someone gentle, thoughtful, and true of heart. Someone who feels the world deeply, he often whispered with a hopeful smile. But no matter how far he traveled or how many castles he visited, he couldn't find the princess he imagined. Some were charming, some were elegant, and some were quite funny. But something always felt just a little off. One stormy night, thunder rumbled in the distance, and rain tapped gently against the castle windows. Just then, a soft knock echoed at the giant wooden door. When the guards opened it, they gasped. Standing there, soaking wet from head to toe, was a girl with bright, curious eyes and a shy, hopeful smile. "I'm a princess," she said, brushing raindrops from her hair. "I know I don't look like it right now." The queen studied her closely, her eyes twinkling with warmth, but also curiosity. A princess, you say?" she murmured. She liked the girl, her softness, her politeness, her gentle laughter, but she needed to be sure. The queen had a clever idea. A test, a gentle, harmless test, one that only a true princess, someone sensitive and delicate, could ever feel. So she whispered to a maid, "Place a single pea, a tiny one, under 20 soft mattresses. Let's see what happens." Up, up, up the mattresses were stacked, so tall that the girl giggled nervously before climbing. "Well, here goes nothing," she said, smiling shyly. She curled up under the thick blankets as rain hummed gently outside. But something strange happened during the night. She tossed and turned. Ow! What is that? Something felt wrong, uncomfortable. Yet the pea was hidden so deeply, no one else in the world could have felt the thing. Morning sunlight spilled gently through the windows as the queen entered the room with a calm smile. "Good morning, dear. I hope you slept well." The girl hesitated. Actually," she said softly, rubbing her eyes, "I think something was under the bed. I kept waking up." It sounds silly, I know, but it felt like a small stone? Or maybe a bump? She giggled nervously, embarrassed to mention it. The queen's eyes widened just a little, not in shock, but in recognition. Only someone with a heart so delicate, feelings so gentle, could ever notice something so tiny beneath so many mattresses. Meanwhile, the prince peeked from behind the door, trying not to look too excited. When he heard her answer, he couldn't help it. His smile grew bright and warm like sunshine. "Wow," he whispered under his breath. They invited her to breakfast, and as she walked through the castle, everyone noticed the way she spoke to the servants, the guards, even the little birds resting outside the windows. She was kind. She was thoughtful. She laughed softly at the prince's jokes, especially the not-so-funny ones. And the prince? He felt something he had never felt before, a gentle flutter in his chest. He liked how she listened. He liked how she cared. He liked everything. Still, the queen wanted to be absolutely certain, so she walked with the girl through the garden. My dear, the queen said softly, how did you sleep? Again, the girl blushed. I'm sorry, Your Majesty. I really tried, but something kept poking me. It sounds silly, but it must have been something tiny. The queen finally nodded. That was it. The truth she had been looking for. A real princess. Not because of crowns or jewels, but because of a heart that feels deeply.
Later that afternoon, the queen gathered the prince and the girl inside the warm, sunlit hall. The air felt soft, almost magical. My dear, the queen said gently, you passed my test. Test? The girl blinked, confused. She laughed nervously. I'm afraid I don't understand. The queen lifted a tiny green pea in her hand. This, she said, was under your 20 mattresses. Only someone with a heart as sensitive and kind as yours could ever feel it. The girl gasped softly. Oh, so that was the little bump. The prince stepped closer, smiling in a way that made her cheeks warm. I knew it, he said. I knew you were special the moment I saw you. His voice held the softest laugh, almost shy. The room glowed with joy. They talked for hours, sharing stories and gentle laughter. The prince listened to her dreams, and she listened to his hopes. Every word felt warm, as if the kingdom itself was smiling. Soon after, the king announced that the girl would stay at the castle, not because she was a princess by birth, but because she had shown the truest qualities of one. Kindness, honesty, sensitivity, and a heart that cared deeply for others. The prince and the girl grew closer with each passing day, walking together in the gardens, watching fireflies dance in the evenings, sharing tiny moments full of soft smiles and happy giggles. And eventually, their hearts chose each other. The tiny pea was placed inside a glass box and kept in the Royal Museum, a reminder that even the smallest things can reveal the biggest truths. May your hearts always stay gentle, and may you always feel the magic in the tiniest moments. Thank you for dreaming with me tonight. Every story we share opens a new door to imagination, kindness, and magic. Until we meet again in another fairy tale, keep dreaming, keep smiling, and let your heart stay full of wonder. A brand new adventure is already on its way. See you soon, little dreamer.